So, welcome back to LS House. It's another day, another 50 cents. You know how it is. No, sorry. Welcome back to LS House, guys. How you been? Hope everyone's been doing well. I have, to a certain degree. Jake's not here. It's a Saturday. I'm in the shop by myself, trying to get some stuff done. Today, we've got some good news, we've got some bad news, we've got some big news, we've got some sad news. So, we'll start off with the bad news. That way we can end on a high note, hopefully. Bad news, I think I've hurt Sam. I think his motor's a little bit worse for wear. So, I'm gonna have to do a bit of a health check on him, but done a little bit of a pull on the way to work. And I think it's making a bit of a funny noise. So I think I've done the bottom end in Sam, which is done pretty well so far. Running the timing that he's running and the amount of boost that he's running. To be fair, I haven't looked at the boost gauge in a while. I've looked at the AFR. AFR's good. But at the end of the day, I think she's done and dusted. So from here on out, it's probably going to be it for the stock as a rock motor. Probably not that I'm going too far into it, but probably going to end up chucking a cam in that I've got off Cornfed. I've got sitting here, I've got his old cam. Probably either use those valve springs or chuck some bigger valve springs. I've had the heads I've got here, I've had them machined down to suit the cam. Had to take 150 thou off the valve stem friggin' guide to allow for the clearance of the lift of the cam. Sometime in the next week or so, whenever I get the parts, got to make a phone call to Mace Engineering, get a double road timing chain, probably a few other bits and pieces for it, head gaskets and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where we're at now. So that's the bad news. I guess I can't be too disappointed. It's done pretty well to get this far. We've beat on it a fair bit, so it is what it is at the end of the day. Just got to keep moving forward, got to try and find the energy to keep going forward. But at the end of the day, you run into problems and you overcome them. That's what you do. So we're going to do that. I'll show you. You might be able to see in the background there, we've got his next victim on the crane. I've had that because I've been mocking up what I'm about to show you in a minute. But yeah, so unfortunately that's that. So Sam's down and out for the time being, but he'll be back, and he'll be back even better. But for now, we'll go have a look and see what we're going to get into and what we're going to be offering in the near future. Actually no, we'll go look at Sam's victim. So this rig will be Sam's next victim. So might chuck him up on the engine crane. Oh, sorry, it's on the engine crane. Chuck him up on the engine stand. May start stripping him down, getting some stuff done, pull the heads off, clean the decks. I've already got the other heads off cleaned, as I just said. Pull sump off, clean him out, check over the bottom end, make sure she's pretty happy for however many Ks are on it. I think this motor has, I think it's 400, just over 400,000 Ks on it. So perfect starting point. But yeah, so we'll pull him out, we'll get the cam in there, double row timing chain, new head gaskets, might order some new studs, and all the other bits and pieces that go along with it. But yeah, so we'll be chucking him up and getting him pulled down. As for now, I'll go down on the hoist and show you what we got. We'll be offering these kits for sale. We'll probably end up getting a website up and running for, obviously we want to start doing some merch and stuff like that. But due to all postage and all that sort of crap going on at the moment, not only that, with work and everything, it's just been a bit much on my plate lately, but I will get there in the end, guys. I know I've had a few of you ask me, so I want to get to that soon. But for now, we'll focus on this. And this is a turbo kit I've built for Lucas, one of our fellow loyal subscribers. He's a good bloke, been talking to him for a while now. So same place as all our turbos sit. Running the flip manifold, slightly modified to suit. 2.5 inch 304 stainless or 306 stainless, whatever one it is. Down to a 2.5 inch V-band clamp, Tarks Racing, crossover pipe, and then over to the factory manifold, which has been ported a little bit to suit the 2.5 inch V-band crossover. But yeah, that's where all our turbos sit. They're a good location, plenty of room to get an air filter on. Big dose pipe if you want to do that. We've done that. So yeah, all your basic sort of stuff. It's a good little kit. As you know, we made 470 something on the dyno on Sam, and then we turned him up even more. We ended up going up a couple more pounds of boost and put a little bit more timing in it. So obviously 25 wheel horsepower is not that hard to make, so I think I'm well within the rights to say it would be making over 500 horsepower. Well, not now, probably would, but it'd probably throw a leg out of bed. But yeah, so this kit will make easily 500 horsepower with a cam and all that sort of stuff. I don't see why you would see mid 550s to 600. We've ran into no restriction with this manifold as of yet. Yet to find the limits, but we need a motor that can handle it. I reckon Jake's motor is the one for that. T4 flange. It's relatively easy to access spark plugs and all leads and all that sort of stuff like usual. Some people make them and it's a bit harder, but I don't find these a drama. Lucas has sent me over his Turbo Smart Pro Gate, I think it is, 44mm, and then we'll be welding that on there. We can weld the gate wherever you want. Ideally we can pretty much put the turbo in a little bit different position, but I try not to put too much pressure on the manifolds, as obviously standard cast manifold is getting a lot hotter than it's used to, and I don't want to apply too much pressure and cause any warping or cracking. We haven't had any in the last 6 to 8 months where we've been running Jake's car and the burnout car, BJ's car. But obviously we have done a lot of testing on these. I now feel comfortable to the point where I'm ready to start selling them. Obviously there's not a huge market out there for turbo Ecotechs. People are still starting to realize that these motors are a bloody good base to start with to make some decent power. Budget wise, these are a good base to start with. 500 horsepower stock motor, easily achievable. So for the most part, 500 horsepower is a good starting point for a majority of people out there. Not used probably want more than that, which I agree with. But yeah, so for this kit here, crossover pipe, obviously T4 flange welded on there, a gate at your discretion wherever you'd like the gate placed, 2.5 inch V-band clamps. We can offer the 3 inch V-band clamp for the dump pipe of your turbo if it suits. If not, either way, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so turbo kit ready to bolt on. Obviously not complete with intercooler piping, stuff like that. $750. So for $750 you get that kit ready to bolt on your car. Then you just have to worry about fuel system, intercooler piping, and your oil feed and oil drain. So I don't see anyone else out there matching that sort of price. I feel that's what these are worth. Obviously you should probably charge more, but for what they are and what they do. So yeah, for $750, which is what we'll be offering this kit with, obviously plus postage. I'm not sure what that is yet. I'll find out when we post Lucas's. So for $750 you'll get the turbo manifolds flipped, 2.5 inch all the way through, crossover pipe to the other side. So you get both manifolds, everything ready to bolt on, and then you just got to sort everything else out from there. $750, I don't see anyone out there offering this sort of kit at this sort of spec. I mean, it's not any pro mod drag car spec manifold, but does work. It seems to work well for us. I'm feeling comfortable with these and I'm ready to start selling them. So if you're interested, hit us up either on LS House on Facebook or leave a comment down in the description. Leave a comment down below and we can work something out. Email, whatever, however you seem fit to contact us, and we can go from there. We'll be making them. This kit is to suit VT to VY, not a drama. They're all bolt in, all the same. If you're looking at VS and earlier, we'll have to work something out with that because we don't have any of them laying around to mock up a kit to suit. But yeah, so they'll be T4 flanged, everything ready to go, $750 plus postage to your door, and you can start making some boosts like we do. But yeah, so that's the good news. That's where we're at with that. Sorry to mumble, guys. There's a lot of talking. Pretty crap video, really. So I'm gonna get this motor up on the engine stand, start stripping that down, because obviously poor old Sam out there is hurt. Obviously still starts and runs, not a drama, but I think he's had better days. Poor old Sam. Still fine. The rattle you can hear is just the normal one that we've been dealing with for a while now, which is the gearbox. I think there's just a little bit of a... Yeah, as you see, that's the turbo kit, exactly the same. Obviously I went with the low wastegate down there for discreet venting to atmosphere action. But yeah, it's probably windy, and let's do some work, I guess. It is Saturday. I want to get home and relax. So let's get this knocked out, strip it down, and continue on.
Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down.
Got her all stripped down, sumps off, heads are off. Just checking out what it looks like in the bottom. Now, I do know this motor, I'll just spin it over a second, guys. Yeah. I did know that this motor had blown head gasket. gaskets, possibly. That's why I had it sitting down underneath the shelf. I pulled it out of one of my other cars when I replaced the motor on that. Unfortunately, both the head gaskets were gone, and it's obviously had a bit of water sitting in here for a bit, and it's turned a bit wars to a bit of crap. Now it's very light surface rust, but it's pretty gunky. So I think if I'm going to do it, I may as well do it properly. I'll probably strip down this bottom end, replace the rings, bearings, big ends, main bearings, maybe gap the rings, give the bore a hone, and install the cam. So hopefully in the next video you'll be seeing, we'll be completing the rest of this disassembly of the motor and installing the cam and maybe the rings and the bearings all in one video. Maybe might split it up, who knows. But yeah, so that's where we're at the moment, all stripped down. Didn't take that long. And then I'm push this underneath there, get Sam in, and I guess he's sleeping here for the weekend, and go get in the patrol. At least the patrol has aircon. Yeah, that's us for this weekend, guys. Just a quick video and a catch up. Lots of talking, and I'm a little bit down, but should be right. We'll push through it. We'll get there in the end. It's done its job so far. Now I think it's time to put a little bit of money into it, considering how much I've got out of it for the price it owes me. So let's do a bit of that. I'll edit this video and get it up for you guys. Hope you enjoyed, keeping you up to date on what's going on. Other than that, that's why we've been so busy with that. Might do a bit of a walkthrough when I get the turbo kit off on what's going on there. But for now, just know that we do these turbo kits now, $7.50 and plus postage, and you could be on your way to spooling for a very cheap budget, really. So yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Enjoy. Oh yeah, don't forget, keep the streak.